So welcome everybody to the Curvy Tea Uncensored. This is episode 2, and we'd like to introduce the panelists. So gentlemen, let me start with, I'm gonna just ask you guys just to say a little brief intro about yourself, and then we'll get into the questions. Derek, go ahead and start.
Hey, how y'all doing this evening? I'm 42 years old, originally from South Carolina. I'm currently in Fort Myers. I've been in the BBW community for about 5 or 6 years, and I'm glad to be with Curvy Ventures now.
Thank you. Daryl, up next, please. Introduce yourself. Yes.
I'm Daryl McMillan. I'm 54 years old. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I've been in this community for over 20 years, and just want to pass on some wisdom.
Gerard, can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Gerard. I've been in the BBW community for quite a number of years. I go way back to, you guys probably don't know, the China Club back in Manhattan. Probably before your time, or you millennials out there, but 55 years old, from Long Island, currently reside in Dallas. I've been connected with Maria, and I love everything that she does with Tri-City that she built. You know, it's bringing a lot of people together. This thing is just bringing people together. It's amazing. It really is. So more power to you and Juan. So let's get it started.
Appreciate it. Jaquez, you're next.
I'm Jaquez by Maria's standards. You know, I'm 34 years old. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I reside in Spanish Harlem, Manhattan, New York. BBWs, in New York, I've probably been in it for probably 4 or 5 years. I don't know. But I've attended the Fort Lauderdale bashes, I believe 3 years ago, 2 consecutive years. Just happy to be here.
Thank you. Ev, you're next, sir.
My name is Ev Jones. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, by way of Bronx, New York. I'm now down in Atlanta, Georgia, and I've been a wallflower in the scene for about 9 years now, just in the cut watching. And I'm glad to be here, man. This is probably the most proactive and empowering group that I've seen. So I decided to get active.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Jason, please introduce yourself.
I'm Jason McAllister. I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now I reside in the ATL. I've been in the community about 5 years. What I love about Curvy Venture is the positive energy. Everybody always seems happy. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you so much. Emmanuel?
Hey, good evening. My name is Emmanuel. I guess you could say I'm new. I've known Maria and Daryl. I think I went on a cruise with y'all about 7 years ago, the MSC cruise. So just seemed like, everybody see a positive. People want honest feedback, so I just want to supply that. But it's a pleasure to be here. All right.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, folks. My name is Ray, 34. Originally from Chicago. I live about outside of the city, about an hour currently. I've been in the BBW community in some form or fashion for about 10 years or so. And I'm just looking to provide some perspective and have a good night. So
awesome. Okay, well, thank you guys all so much. We are going to jump right into these questions. So the first question is, let's go with Ray. How important is chemistry versus what she brings to the relationship, or how hard she is? Basically, she's a challenge for you. So chemistry, value, and challenge, in what order are those important for you in a relationship?
And chemistry's got to be number one for sure. I got to vibe. I got to feel the vibes. I got to have somebody that I can enjoy spending time with, not just doing things, but simply just, living day-to-day life. I think challenge is kind of dumb. I don't think anybody wants someone that's challenging. Maybe someone that challenges you, but not someone challenging. I think those are different terms to use. But value is probably number 2, and then challenging is going to be number 3.
Okay. And Jason, same question for you.
I think value would be number 1 for me. I need someone who brings things to the table just like I do. She has to match my energy and match my style, my swag. She really has to be a person that we're on the same or equal levels. Chemistry would be second. I think that we would have to be able to really vibe, because you meet a lot of people online, but you don't really vibe with them in person. So once you meet somebody in person and there's no vibe, it kind of kills everything. And then I kind of agree with Ray. I don't want a challenge. I want her to be challenging. I want her to challenge me to be better, for her to make me want to be a better man. But I don't need no headaches.
Definitely. Derek.
All right. For me, chemistry would be number one. You got to have that kinetic thing, between the two. Second, if you're going to challenge me, I need you to challenge me intellectually. And like some of the other gentlemen said, make me want to be a better man.
Daryl?
Same question?
Yeah.
I would have to say chemistry first of all. I mean, that has to be the foundation of everything that you're going to have. Everything else comes and goes, but chemistry stays forever. If it's a good chemistry. So chemistry, value, challenging, not a challenge, but yeah, challenge me. Yeah, that's how I am.
Okay. So some of you feel that chemistry is more important. Some of you feel value and what she can bring to the relationship and to you is really what's important first. So that's what we're getting. So we're going to go to the second question. I'm going to try to get to everybody on this question because I'm curious to hear the answer on this. So let's start this one with Ray. The question is going to be, so recently we had a topic come up in the conversation in our group where guys use pet names, right? Like babe, beautiful, sweetie, baby girl, ma, honey. Right off the bat in DMs. They don't even know you, but they're calling you this name right from the jump.
Right.
So how does a woman know that she's special if gentlemen are using those terms for everyone all the time? What's the difference?
You don't. That's the thing. Like, let's be realistic. Like, you're not special if you use like a generic term like that. It doesn't carry any weight behind it. So honestly, I don't know how to answer that. It's just, it comes to a point where I think somebody's got to be an adult and say, hey, we should probably like either not speak to each other in that way or build some type of rapport or relationship has been established. So I personally don't do it. I think it's just, I'd rather be more creative personally.
So okay. So if let's say you did use one of those terms and right off the bat, the woman said, hey, please don't call me baby, like we don't know each other. Is that a turn off for you immediately?
No,
Will you
it's not.
continue to talk to her?
No, she's got the right to, that's cool. I mean, there's terms that I don't want women calling me when they first meet me, so I can totally understand that.
Perfect.
So okay. I would honestly be kind of like refreshed a little bit, like, hey, she put me in my place right off the bat. What's good? Okay.
All right. So you like that. Okay. Let's go with Gerard. How about you?
The word baby, I use it all the time. I mean, I say it to the brothers, yo, what up, baby? What's going on? I guess once you establish that relationship with that one person, all that stops.
So you use that word all the time, but
I do.
You meet somebody that you're interested in,
right? And
you stop calling everyone else baby and you only call her baby?
Not only that, you stop doing this person's beautiful on Facebook. This person's beautiful. Hey, beautiful. That has to stop. And that goes both ways. Yeah, you're trying to be friendly and stuff like that, but once you establish that connection with that one-on-one, all that you have to put that to the side. Focus on that one person that you're with. You don't want to go online and see, oh, why is he calling everybody baby and beautiful? That has to stop. I'm single. I can do what I want right now. But once I establish that relationship with that person, all that's to the side. That's done. It's dead.
Now, do you take that upon yourself? Like, at what point do you stop that, though? Is it because you two had a conversation, or is it because you're really digging her and you're not in a relationship with her yet, but you're really digging her, so you want her to know that she's the one, and she's not going to see you calling everybody else on Facebook beautiful or baby. She's just going to see that automatically. Your behavior stop. I'm just saying that at that point where you two have established that relationship, that contact. So do you wait till you and her have a conversation, or is it that you're trying to pursue her, you like her, so you're just going to stop that behavior on your own without even having the conversation? I'm going to stop that right then and there, because you're still going to go on Facebook. The both of you are going to go on Facebook and have contact with people that she doesn't know that you're in contact with. But if I see a beautiful woman on, and there's many beautiful women in the group, and I say, and she posts a picture and say, I'm not going to post that she's beautiful. Hey, baby, how you? I'm not. That's dead. It's done. My focus is on the one that I'm with right now. Bottom line. Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. Jackie's. So, I know you got that New York swag in you. So you New Yorkers like Mr. Curvy Ventures that I see just popped in. You guys got that New York swag. You guys call everybody Ma, right?
Yeah. So, I call you Shorty. I call you Ma, Love, all of that. So how does a woman that you're interested in or dating feel special if you're calling everybody that? You choose different words. Like, everybody's a Ma. Everybody's a Shorty. All right, cool. But like to my shorty, I could be like, "Yo, my little Pikachu." That's something between you and me. That's something that that's yours. If I call you my little Squirtle or something like that, that word is yours. Shorty, Ma, all of that, that's the words. You can have it. But there's a million billion words in a dictionary. You can choose one just for your lady. You can choose one. I just chose Pikachu. I chose, whatever. But at the end of the day, you just got to come up with a word or a sentence or whatever, just to let your woman know that yo, this is us right here. This is our word.
Do you stop calling everyone else all the other pet names?
No. Because that's the world's. Ma, shorty, all of that, you can have that. Baby, babe, all of that, you can have that. But at the end of the day, the word that you and I agree on that we choose, that's going to be your word. I'll call everybody babe and all of this and shorty, but the word that you and I communicate with, that's going to be ours. That's it. Nobody else is going to get that word from me. It's only you.
Let me know when I can talk.
Mr. Christensen, would you like to chime into this panel conversation?
Yeah, I'll be down, Mr. Curvy Ventures here. Let's know. Now, keep it 100. We play like Ma, sweetheart, $. But a lot of guys want Ma. So a lot of the females, you can't confuse them. Keep it official.
What do you mean?
You're laughing, Jack. We're saying it's the truth. I'm gonna keep it official with guys. I might call different ladies Ma. I can't confuse each one of them. They all Ma at the same time.
You just keep it
real.
He gonna hit you with the, hey, what's going on? Ma, what's going on, Ma? How you doing?
Beautiful. All the ladies beautiful. They beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I done forgot your whole name, but
and
like, hey.
I'm gonna keep it official. Like, good morning text, and guys and women does the same thing. Good morning.
Hold on, that's a separate question. Hold on, let's not go there yet.
Beautifuls. Don't get it confused.
Okay, so how does your lady know how to feel special, Mr. Curvy Ventures?
You already know. I had to go there.
So let's go with Mr. Jones. Everett?
Yeah, like seriously, it's not even that deep. Like it's not even that serious. Me personally, I will call my lady babe or babe, right? Everything else is fair game. I usually call women darling, sweetie, hun, whatever the case may be. Like, to me, it's presumptive of anybody to think just because I call you beautiful or just because I call you darling or sweetie that I want you. Like if you're beautiful, you're beautiful. Like I'm allowed to give you a compliment without you taking it somewhere else. You know, it's just a word. But like as far as pet names are concerned, like I agree with Jay. Like, yo, that's for me and my lady to decide. Everything else is like you're assuming that I'm meaning more than what I'm saying. If I'm saying good morning beautiful, I'm simply saying good morning beautiful, and don't get hyped up about that. Like this,
yeah,
you know,
but
like
then, but there are women in some cases that read into a good morning beautiful text. They think
that's
a good morning beautiful text shows that you're showing interest.
Right. I mean, in all fairness, though, that's not my fault. Like,
yeah,
if you want to know if I'm interested, no, I mean, I'm saying if you want to know that I'm interested, ask. Don't assume that I'm interested just because I say good morning, beautiful. I say good morning, beautiful to all beautiful women. Like, if I find you to be beautiful, good morning, beautiful. What does that mean?
But if you're texting somebody on a daily good morning, beautiful, I mean, that's a daily good morning, beautiful text.
Well, yeah, that's something. Yeah, of course. If I'm taking time out of my day to acknowledge you every morning, whether I call you beautiful or not is irrelevant. You know, like I could just say good morning, and you're gonna think I'm interested if I'm hitting you every morning. Mm-hmm. Like it's not the pet name becomes mute at that point.
Okay, so you come up with a different word for the person you're dating. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, you know, like it's disarming. Like I think that at least in my world, you know, a lot of women aren't acknowledged just in a very respectful way. Hey, darling, how you doing, ma'am? How you doing, miss? How you doing, doll? How you doing, sweetie? Like if you don't like it, say, hey, don't call me that. That's cool. I can respect that. But like for me, just the type of man that I am, I tend to address women softly. Does not mean I won't.
But, and this goes to all the panelists tonight, I mean, prior to me being involved with Mr. Curvy Ventures, I've been in situations where a guy would be in my DM right off the bat with those words. And if you approach them and tell them something like, hey, like, call me by my name, we don't even know each other yet, they right off the bat think you're a bitch. And they don't want to really have a further conversation. And I know some of you will say, no, that's not the case. And some of you may be honest when you say, I like that she corrects me, but there are a lot of other men who get turned off if a woman right off the bat corrects them and says, hey, can you call me by my name? They don't want to pursue any further conversation because they think you're being bitchy. And I don't really think that's fair. And
that's probably more deeply rooted than that, most likely.
Yeah.
In what sense, Ray? In what sense?
I mean, because it's simple. Like, hey, don't call me that. It's something simple. It's like a human decency type of thing. And if you have a problem with that, it's probably an overarching issue that you might have that goes deeper than that.
Okay. So, Derek.
I think for the most part, ma, hun, that's a regional thing.
Agreed.
I'll say hun. Guys up north say ma. It's initially intended as a term of endearment just to initiate that conversation. But at the same time, if you're not comfortable with it, yes, speak up. And if any guy gets offended by it, then his intentions weren't true anyway.
Okay. What about the guys that use the word love loosely, like good morning, love? Not good morning, my love, but they say good morning, love. But they call everybody love.
Again,
I mean, that's kind of a little bit more a term of endearment if you use the word love.
From my experiences, that's a regional thing. They say love a lot in the Midwest, Kansas, Oklahoma, where I've been for the past few years.
Okay.
But having that conversation straight up, initially, and him respecting you, saying, we're not there yet. Can you call me by my name? Then he either has to respect that or, again, he has other intentions.
Move on to the next question because there's a lot of questions and there's 8 of you. So, Daryl, we're going to start with you. Next question. So back to that topic that Mr. Curvy Ventures briefly brought up. We're going to talk about those good morning, beautiful rotation text messages. Okay. So, if you're single, right?
Okay.
And you send out that daily good morning, beautiful.
Okay.
How do you decide which is the one that you're going to focus on? And when do you stop talking to the rest of the rotation? Because a good morning, beautiful rotation text, everybody does it. Right?
Okay. Sure.
But when you get a good morning, Maria, I know that message is for me.
Okay.
So if you just have a good morning, beautiful rotation going out, when do you stop texting your rotation that? And when do you decide that you're going to focus on a particular person?
Well, that depends on the chemistry me and that particular person have. That dictates everything. So if, we are vibing on a level where I'm interested in seeing more of her, that's where my attention is going to turn to. So,
okay. So you're interested, but your rotation is still going out. When does the rotation stop?
Like I said, there is no set time. I mean, you can't just say, oh, after we talk 3 times, that's it. I'm going to start talking to anybody else. Everything has its time. Not running from anything. It's just, I've met women that from the first day it clicked, and that's where everything went. Yeah,
and the rotation just dropped. Those women don't get a good morning text from you anymore.
Hey, Maria, can I say something real quick?
Yes.
I feel like this question's got fuckboy written all over it.
Man.
Anybody else? Come on.
Man. Oh.
I'm just being
she over here using words like rotation.
These are questions that came in from
fuckboy questions.
Can I ask the question? Can I ask the question? From the
get-go.
Hold on.
Why is there perception that there is a rotation?
Right.
Like how do we automatically jump into, we know that y'all send out thousands and thousands of good morning beautiful messages. Like I don't like, that's corny.
Who's got that much fucking time on their hands?
You'd be surprised.
No, because they do it also. It's not only men.
Right.
He must got that head rotation also on the low.
Right.
So that's why they want to know too, because they know they go get the same thing as rotation.
I think it's very presumptuous and extremely unfair to just assume that there's this rotation of messages that go out in mass like that. No. Like, at least for me, I can't speak for nobody else, but for me, that's just doing too much.
You dodged this question.
I'm not
caught on to the game already, sister.
See, that's what I'm saying. You guys want honest answers from us, and now because we're trying to give you honest answers, now is come on, you're not telling us right. It's this, that, another. What do you want?
Right.
Okay, time out. I'm just reading the chat box right now, and the ladies are saying, come on, we all know what happens.
Okay,
that's true. It happens, but it's not the general rule.
I think I'm the youngest one here. These are a bunch of grown men that don't play the games. I think the answers that y'all want, when you want it from a young boy.
Hello.
What was the question again? I'm about to give you a young boy answer.
Go ahead, Jacques.
What was the question again? I can't remember the question now. You done got my mess.
The question came in, which is, we all know that there is a good morning, beautiful rotation that goes out in a text message. Maybe to several women every morning. Maybe that you're interested in, maybe that you're digging. So how do you decide which of those women that you are going to move on and forward and focus on more?
Here's the thing. You asked me.
Wait, let Jacques answer that question.
All right, so whoever's giving me the most attention at that point, at the end of the day, if I send out 10 to Maria, Kim, Megan, Renee, all right, let's say 4. Maria, Kim, Megan, and Lisa. I bet. Lisa got that text and was like, nah, I'm not dealing with it. Oh, she's out. Maria said, oh, good morning. How are you, babe? She hit me with the babe. I was like, oh, Here we go. Kim.
Maria's it for the day.
So I'm, my attention is focused on Maria right now because she hit me with the babe. Good morning, babe. I bet. So, everybody else is on some, hey, how you doing? Day 2, I hit you with another text. Good morning, how are you? And you're the most consistent one. Best believe you getting all of mine. You getting it. No, at the end of the day.
I appreciate that. Thank you for the honesty.
Not Maria. I'm sorry, Juan. Not Maria. It's some, I just said something. But,
of course.
I just want
because I think she wanted whoever was asking that question wanted to know, how do we decide if we're single and let's say we're entertaining different women? We may be talking to one and getting to know one. How do we decide on which one we want to pursue something serious with? And that goes back to the first question, which is chemistry. You'll know if we initiate, if we send you a good morning, but if we continue to just throughout the day, if we make plans, if we, the communication factor will let you know what our interests are. So I think that's what she wanted to ask. But not everyone sends out a good morning text. But, if you're dating more than one person, you're trying to get to that point to find the one that you want to connect with. The chemistry decides that. And we show that through action. Most men show that through action. Absolutely. We will talk about the future with you, what it is that you want to do, how's your day, just a little random stuff throughout the day. So it's not, sending out a list of texts. It's, what are we doing beside that text to show you that we're interested? And that's how you'll know, through our action.
Right. That's what I was trying to get to. And it went south.
Okay. So most of you agree with that answer from the panel. Is that correct? Most of them agree with that answer? Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go with Jason. Next question. Sex on the first date. Is she long-term relationship material? Do you think differently of her if she has sex with you on the first dates?
Was the sex good?
I don't know. Was it?
If it was good, it can be long-term. You never know. I think the idea of it is we adults. I'm grown, she's grown. So whatever happens, happens. At the end of the day, it's about a connection. So if the sex was garbage, she probably I'm not gonna holler no more. But if the sex was good, I'm definitely gonna make sure and see if we vibing, if there's a connection, and maybe go on a date or two and see what happens. But sex on the first date is always a plus.
Okay, so you are willing to, of course, I know you're in a relationship right now, respectfully, with my girl Alba, but what I'm saying is if the sex was good first date, you would have been open to seeing if it could have been a long-term relationship with her. She is long-term relationship material. Okay.
I think that sometimes we as men women have to get out their heads. Just because you're fucking don't mean that we don't want to be with you. We want women who fuck. The girl who ain't fucking ain't getting no attention. I guarantee you this. The girl who tells me, oh, we gonna wait 90 days, I'm not waiting 90 days. I'm grown as hell. So I'm not waiting on 90 days. Ain't no 30-day rule. When it happens, it happens. So if it happens on the first date and we're vibing, we had a connection, we had a good time, and she says, hey, we're gonna come in for a nightcap, I'm going inside. Okay. And I won't think any different her tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. Ray, same question.
Ooh, what's the question? What's the question?
Sex on the first date.
Yeah.
Do you think differently of her? Would you still pursue her for a long-term relationship if you have sex with her on the first date?
Well, that depends. It depends on the type of sex we had and the type of person she is. I mean, realistically, sex doesn't have to have any type of emotional attachment or anything behind it. Like, people fuck just to fuck. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean that they like each other sometimes even. You know what I mean? It could just be the way a motherfucker wore their hat that just got a bitch wet and some shit happened. You never know what the fuck went down. But you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, like Jason said, we're adults and sex is just sex. And it's all about, the interaction that has been had before. So
you don't think any differently about her, though? So if you met her, sex was great, and then she's like, you know what, I'm kind of digging you. Like, she really wants to see where it goes. You don't think any differently about her because she did have sex?
No, because she could be a complete fucking bitch the next day. Like, you don't know. You guys were just fucking previously before. You don't know anything about her, really. So you can, like, meet her the next day and be like, ooh, she's not my material. You know what I mean? And be like, I'd rather not. No matter how good the sex is. Like, we're adults. Like, there's no way.
Okay.
So just
and then
because
a spin-off of what Jason said then, what if you did meet, like, Miss Wonderful, right? You thought she was sexy. You thought she was intelligent. You know, she makes you laugh. She's like literally the perfect woman for you, but said, I don't want to have sex until 90 days.
Oh, that's cool.
You can wait the 90 days.
It depends on what I got going on in my life. Like, if I have the capacity and time for it, then yes, I'll entertain it. But, like, if I'm busy, like school, work, or some shit like that, then, I mean, it honestly depends. If she's that good, if she's all of those things, then obviously I'm going to entertain it. I'm not going to be like, no, because I don't feel like waiting to fuck you. That's ridiculous. But I guess the honest question is like, yeah, like, honestly, I would. If she was all of those things, and honestly, she's someone worthy of my time in the first place. So
you're willing to wait
90 days to put myself inside of her is doable.
Okay. Derek, same question for you.
Sex is or should be between two mutually consenting adults. If it happens, it happens. But it's just, for men, it's just more of a physical act and not an emotional one as it is for women. She lays down, y'all have a good evening. She lays down with you. You hit that crazy button. Next thing you know, you're in a relationship before you even pull out. You didn't know it. So it's possible, yes. But
is what possible?
Having a long-term relationship after having sex on the first night.
Okay.
That was the question, right?
Yeah. Do you think differently of her if she has sex with you on the first night? Is she relationship material for you?
She is relationship material, yes, because again, that was a decision made by two supposedly mature, consenting adults.
Okay. And same spinoff question for you. What if she asked you to wait 90 days? Would you wait 90 days to have sex with a woman?
Yeah. Depending on the situation or the circumstances, I would be willing to wait. As long as we having that conversation and talk about it, then yeah. But just straight up out the gate for no explanation, you know, you can wind me down and we can have fun, but I'm not putting out for 90 days. No, I'm good.
Okay. Emmanuel, same question.
It depends on how we get, how you get to the sex. Just because you have sex on the first date doesn't mean that, you can't pursue it from there. But if you go out, if you go somewhere public, you go out, you have a good conversation, you have a walk and all that stuff. And then at the end of the night, it's like, you know what? I really don't want this night to end. And you feel comfortable going back to somebody's house, you have a conversation and it leads to something, that's possible. But if it starts off, I tell you to come over to my house so we can Netflix and chill, and I'm not going to feel special. I'm not going to think that you did that for just me. I'm not going to think that. And I think nobody would think that, that's not something that you always do. So it depends on what leads to the intimacy. And are you going to ask me about the 90-day thing?
Yes.
Okay, then you shouldn't be dating. Putting a time limit on any level of intimacy is already putting restraints on the relationship. You aren't ready to date. And you do have some things that you need to deal with. And that's, that's anyone. When you come into a relationship and you're putting rules and guidelines already, then you really aren't ready to date. You aren't.
Absolutely.
You need to address your past so that way you don't feel that way and don't punish the next person. That's guys and girls. You can't take the pain from the previous relationship into the next one. It's not fair. So,
amen, brother. Amen.
That's how I feel.
Okay. And Daryl, what about you?
Yeah, sex on the first date. Listen, my ex-wife, I married her. I had sex with her on the first date. So it doesn't make a difference whether we do or we don't. It's not a prerequisite anyway. If it happens, happens. It don't, it don't.
What about if she told you to wait 90 days?
I particularly don't care for artificial things because, if I was that dirty, I would be doing other things up to the 90 days anyway, just to get you. But that doesn't mean that I'm a good guy. So, but I don't care. I'll wait. Ain't no big thing.
What about you, Gerard?
I don't believe with the 90-day thing. That's Steve Harvey crap. I don't believe that. like you said in the beginning, I was looking for that word. It's the chemistry. If it happens, if it pops off, great. I wouldn't think the worst of her. I wouldn't think the worst of her. I mean, we're at a different age now. The game playing is over with. I mean, we're not young anymore. I'm speechless at this point, but yeah. I won't think any worse of her if we lay down.
Okay. What about you, Everett?
If we get it popping day one, that's just what we did. It don't mean nothing either way. Right?
That's right.
Make you know better, don't make you know worse. It don't mean we're gonna be together, don't mean that we ain't. It's just what we did in that moment. As far as the 90-day thing, like, I can respect it if you can keep me entertained for 90 days. And I mean it from the standpoint of, you don't want to give me no sex for 90 days, make me forget about it for 90 days. Like, if you put that out there, then that's the challenge. Like, I'm not cool with waiting on 90 days, but I'm also not thinking about it every day of 90 days either. So, like, if we vibing for 90 and 90 days happen to pass, then that's just what we did. But if you come to me day one, like, oh, I'm not doing it for 90 days, like, I'm not going. I feel like what the brother Gerard said, like, or the brother Emmanuel said, you got some unresolved issues that you need to square up before you even get out here on this playing field. But if 90 days is your thing, then, let's do some other stuff. I might not even be thinking about it. Like, I'm not out there always thinking about sex. Like, oh my God, I'm trying to, so that's just my piece on it.
Okay, so the next topic is a woman's social media timeline. How important is a woman's social media timeline to your decision to approach her? For example, if she has a bunch of I don't need a man memes, or she posts a lot of I'm a strong, independent woman, men are dog posts, or I hate my ex, or there's a lot of women that we see post their Cash App handles or Amazon wish lists in their bios. So how do you men feel when you see any of those type of things about a woman that you may be interested in? Gerard, let's start with you.
Amazon wish list? Really? Already? No.
It's in the link is in their bio. So she has her Cash App there. If people want to send her money. She's got her wish list. She has a bunch of memes.
The memes, I don't mind, but the Amazon wish list and all that, I'm like, what? Are you just not looking for me to give you money and gifts from Amazon? Who else are you looking at? Okay, that's a red flag.
It's a turn off for you?
Yeah, that's a red flag for me. The Amazon gift.
Practically like an OnlyFans or something. Like, you just getting donations and shit. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, like the OnlyFans. Yeah, are you gaining some kind of monetary gain off of this, or what? Of course you are, but.
Jacquees, how do you feel about that?
You bugging. I ain't doing all of that. Listen, I mean, at the end of the day, if I can understand I don't need this, I don't need a man thing and all of that. You probably was hurt, you was scarred by somebody. I understand. But at the end of the day, if you talking about Amazon and all of this other stuff, we're not doing that fan zone. I'm too cheap for that. I'm buying McDonald's. I'll give you a bag of fries and call it a day. That's all I'm doing. Anything else over to that, I'm not doing it. You're bugging.
Mr. Curvy Ventures, I'm going to throw you into this. So if you saw a woman's social media timeline, checked it out, is it a turn on or not a turn on? Is it a turn off if you saw a bunch of those, like, I hate men man memes and her Cash App handle on her profile and all that kind of stuff?
I won't entertain it.
No? You're done? Not even gonna pursue her?
No, not at all.
Okay. What about Daryl?
Listen.
Yeah, that's a big turn off.
Yeah, that is a big turn off. I mean, that's telling me right off the bat that what you're about is what I can give to you rather than monetarily, rather than emotionally. So no, I'm out. That's
Amen.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next question. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, as far as all the memes and stuff, you know, we all know that there's some women that go on there all the time, every day, woe is me, and man ain't shit, and man is this, and man is that, and man is this, and man is that. And then they turn around and then they got memes like, I don't understand why anybody don't want to talk to me. Oh, I think I'm going to leave this group because ain't nobody showing me no attention. Well, you telling every man that you don't look at them as a good person right off the bat, and that you're gonna show your opinions and everything on whatever's going on with us all over Facebook. No, I'm good.
That kind of brings me to, like, you know, there's some women that go into groups that just always bash men, right? And then they wonder, like, where's all the men? Well, you keep putting them down, you know, and that's why I kind of feel like all the man bashing and man hating needs to stop. I mean, hey, we've all been hurt. Men, women, we've all met those bad apples, right? But if we continue just to bash the whole male population, y'all are going to be going to all women bashes only soon. So we have to stop, I think, bashing the opposite sex. I mean, there's some women bashing sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I see you guys sneak it in there, here and there. But I think we really bash the men a lot more. And they take a lot of the heat. And I don't think that's fair. I think we need to give them a fair shot, you know, until they prove you wrong, right? But until then, I think we should go in with a little bit more positive attitude towards these men and give them that opportunity, give them that chance. And you know what? You may encounter a man who has a past. We all have a past, right? And maybe years ago they were a player, or, you know, they have a bad rap. But over time, people change. We all change. And maybe years ago they weren't ready for a relationship. And now they have matured. They're in a different spot in their life. And they are ready for a relationship. So that's my 2 cents on that. Next question is going to be for Jason. What is the sexiest thing in the world to you?
That's a weird question. The sexiest thing in the world?
What's the sexiest thing about a woman in the world to you?
When she has the confidence to walk around naked all the time. She has
to walk around the house naked?
Yeah, I mean, she has no insecurities. She's secure in a relationship where she feels like she's comfortable with you, that she can be herself. She's totally open, and all her walls and guards are down.
Okay.
But that also comes from us making sure she's comfortable, she can trust us.
Right. Okay, so that's the sexiest thing to you, is knowing that she can walk around the house naked in front of you. Okay. F. Jones, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, brother.
Okay, so what is the sexiest thing about a woman in the world to you?
Confidence, period. Whatever it is. Like, just be sure. Like, if you gonna wear that shit. If you want to say that shit. Like, just be sure in whatever it is that you're doing. That is the ultimate turn on to me, as a woman that is sure of herself.
Okay.
With or without my build-up.
Okay. So, Emmanuel, what is the most sexiest thing about a woman in the world to you?
We being honest, right? Initially, breasts. I was breastfed as a child. I love breasts.
Okay. You like boobs, all right.
But hold on. No, that's initially, because it changes as you get to know people. But that's what I like, breasts. And then when I get to know you, then probably, you know, the confidence and everything, and be willing to accept the compliments and everything. But breasts initially, you know, first off.
All right, Ray, what is the sexiest thing for you?
Well, for me, this is just me. Intelligence and work ethic.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Because looks fade over time. Like, you might fall in love with something about something, and they could be fucking maimed or something. You never know. Like, but I look for what you got in your head and how hard you're willing to work, and that's what I care about.
All right. Jaquez, what about you?
Nah, I mean, this is honestly a tough question for me. This might have gone over my head, but I honestly don't know. Like with me, if I find it sexy when a woman just puts on my shirt out of nowhere, like me just in the house, and she in a bra and panties, but she decided to put on my shirt with no, just let everything hang out. That's kind of sexy to me. I don't know. I mean, to see that size 4 jersey hanging off your ass, like, that kind of look nice. But at the same, like, I don't know. I mean, there's just different, it's just different areas. Like, whenever we're out and about, the way that you dress, that looks sexy to me. Whenever we in the house, like different places, different things, like you can just look the bomb.
Yeah.
Gerard, what about you?
For me, as far as the visual thing, I love to see a woman in the springtime wearing a nice sundress, some nice sandals, got a little Marc Jacobs bag or whatever, or Michael Kors bag, some nice Hollywood shades, hair done, is smelling good as she walks by. I love that. I find that incredibly sexy. And as far as the mind, the mental, I love an intelligent woman. That's very sexy to me. Very intelligent. She's independent. She can handle her own. Let's say we were going out. We're at a dinner party. She can handle her own within the party. If I use the restroom, she can handle her own. She can communicate. I find that sexy. So, like he says, there's a lot. There's a big potpourri. There's a big mixture of what us men find sexy. But as for me, it's definitely the physical. I mean, the visual. Once I see that, the personality, all that comes to play later on. But it's definitely the visual for me.
Okay, Mr. Curvy Ventures, what's the sexiest thing about a woman in the world to you, sir?
We can hold a conversation more than 30 minutes, like catch the interest. I find that sexy.
Okay.
Coming on the body, anybody can have a fly-ass body. Anybody can, but that's get overrated after a long time. A body can hold weight for so long. If you have a good conversation, have a head on your shoulders, that's what's sexy to me.
Amen.
Derek, what about for you?
It's initiative, confidence, and cellulite.
All right, I like it.
It is.
Daryl,
That natural shit. I love it. That cellulite is. I love it. Yes.
Word. Gotta have it.
For me, it's like a gumbo. It's a little bit of everything. Gotta have intelligence. That is sexy as hell.
Yeah.
Sense of humor, drive, all of that, all of those things got to go all in the pot. So yeah, it's complicated. Now visually, me personally, I'm a leg and a foot man. Those are sexy to me.
Okay.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
All right, I'm sorry. I was thinking about it just now, and the sexiest thing, honestly, is knowing that you are my number 2 fan. My number 1 fan will always be my mama, period. The number 1 fan. So if you can be my number 2 fan in whatever I do, if I want to be a rapper today, if I want to be the next 50 Cent, God damn it, you better be like, I'll give you whatever you need, but you better make it. But I'm gonna be behind you 100%. So that's what I think is sexy, knowing that I got somebody in my corner.
Okay.
Sorry.
Everett, what's the sexiest thing in the? Oh wait, I already asked you, right? Confidence. You said confidence.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. And next question. We're going to read this together. This is how it was submitted to me. Women in the community consistently deal with men who say they're into BBWs, but ultimately end up in a relationship or marriage with a smaller woman. The general feeling is that BBWs are okay to have sex with, or never-ending text messages and sexting with, but not marry. Is there a way to filter out these men who take your time and energy only to give the relationship to a smaller woman? Can any of my men on this panel answer that question?
I'll be happy
on this.
Jason, go ahead.
Go first.
Who's going first? Go ahead. Go ahead, Jason. Go ahead, my brother.
To me, this is the most hypocritical answer women ever would give. The problem in these communities is that when we go to bash, most of the men at these events love women of size. If we had a choice, we would choose a woman of size. Now, one issue that I have is that I go to these events all the time, and I see women choose skinny guys. They'll tell you they'll take you they're into the big guys. They love big guys. Or I love me a big man. But they give all the skinny dudes attention. You never see a skinny woman at these events. You know why? Because she's ostracized. She's ran away. She's treated bad. It's never like that with the brothers. The brothers all love each other. I don't never hate on another man because he's talking to a woman, but women do that all the time. So again, if she didn't have size, I don't want her. You got to be 16, 18, 20 for me to even be interested in you. So a lot of times I think the women need to look inside themselves and understand that the dudes that's fucking them is usually the skinny dudes. He ain't a big dude. You hear women criticize big guys and say his dick's small. You'll see them, two fat people can't have sex. It's crazy how women disrespect big men. And it's crazy how we sit here and you chose a skinny woman. First of all, you choose love. You can't help who you fall in love with. The size at the end of the day is what you're attracted to. But at the end of the day, a lot of women in the community choose skinny guys over big guys.
Okay, so we're going to save, we're going to save that conversation for when we have the men and the women together, because I think that there are women that do want to clap back to that answer, try to stick to, I guess, this question that was posed as but just like you're saying, Jason, there are women in the community that do deal with men that say they do like BBWs, but they end up with a smaller woman. So I guess this woman who asked this question is just asking, is there a way to filter out these men who take your time only to end up in a relationship with a smaller woman? Mr. Curvy Ventures, do you have an answer for that?
It's 50-50. Now, you're in a relationship and the guy comes see you every time at nighttime, don't take you nowhere, don't know his family, don't know anyone. He's not interested in you. It's just a fetish.
Right, so he's not taking you out in public. You don't need his friends. You don't need
You should know this already. All you do is coming over, you're having sex. And you want to go out to eat, he go Uber Eats. That's what he's doing all with you.
Okay.
So you know he's not interested in you. But you allow that to keep going on.
Right.
Usually because the dick is good.
Yeah.
Right. So that choice, the woman
that was the question, right? We need the question one time. I think that was the question.
I'm sorry?
I think that was the question. Read the question one time.
It says women in the community consistently deal with men who say that they're into BBWs, but ultimately end up in a relationship or marriage with a smaller woman. The general feeling is that BBWs are okay to have sex with or never-ending text messaging, but not marry. Is there a way to filter out these men who take your time and energy for them to only give the relationship to a smaller woman?
Basically what I said, that was that. But like I said, love is love. You can't choose your love, you know? At the end of the day. Okay. Which is true. But if you want to filter them out, if you want to filter, if you only see your home, you know, y'all go out, you don't know his family for months and months after that, you already know what's deal with that. Yeah, that's one filter.
Daryl, did you have something to say to that?
Oh yeah, I mean, you'll know. You know, it ain't about the size. You're gonna know if the guy is interested in you, just like you're saying. If he's showing you just the interest at night, or if it's just about just the two of y'all, that's telling you everything you need to know right there. So when you see the red flags, then make the right decision and bounce.
It's up to the woman at that point. She's got to make a decision, either keep enjoying the sex or be like, hey, I know this is just about this. You're not taking me out in public anywhere. So it's up to the woman to just walk away from it at that point. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. I mean, he's going to give you all the information that you need to make a decision.
Okay. What about you, Ray? Do you have something to add to that?
Yeah, I feel like it comes down to just we got to be realistic and honest with ourselves and be adults. Like, you know when somebody's feeling you. Like, you see dudes on Facebook showcasing their girl. You see people going on dates. You see all your friends having fun, living their best lives, as you say. And, you know, this dude is just coming over and smashing. Like, let's be real. Like, usually the problem is that woman is usually invested in him emotionally because the sex is probably good. So it's harder to have that conversation, not only with yourself, but with the other person. So
half the time they see the red flags, but then they deny you that those are red flags.
Exactly.
For instance, like we're talking about the not the badge, but the community. So I'm going to use Mr. Curvy Ventures on this one. You look at me and you look at Mr. Curvy Ventures. Immediately, the women are going to be like, Mr. Curvy, oh my God, I love him. Yes, he's so cute and all of that. You're going to look at me and be like, nah.
Who lied to you, brother?
You're going to be like, oh my God, like, I love him. So at the end of the day, it's like, but the thing is, what if Mr. Curvy Ventures was, you know, the nice looking thing on the outside and he was just rotten to the core on the inside? Meanwhile, I'm the one over here who might be
hold doors and, you know, bring flowers.
Now you might have lost your real man because you was looking at the exterior. Now at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. You miss out on a good man because you're looking for the wrong man at the end of the day.
Right. Okay. Does any of my panel have anything to add to that? No, we're good. Okay. Next question. Everett, if there's one thing that you could say to a BBW that you're dating or interested in, no holds barred, what would it be?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry.
One thing that you could say to a BBW that you're dating or interested in, what would it be? Anything at all?
The one thing that I want is just be real with yourself, right? Like these gentlemen have given some really, really, really solid advice, right? Like whether it be how do you gauge if a man really wants you or not. Like, be realistic in what you're looking at. Like, it is what it is. If a man ain't taking you nowhere, he ain't spending no time with you and stuff for after hours, all that type of stuff, like all those things matter. So like don't be so gullible. Right? Don't be gullible.
Emmanuel, if there's one thing that you could say to a BBW that you're dating or that you're interested in, what would it be?
Love yourself first. Like, really love yourself. Because, you know, you have women who say, and I'm not saying in general, but you have women who say, you know, I love who I am and this, that, and the third, but then they'll go out and get done to change their appearance. But you have to be honest with yourself. You have to love yourself first. I think everybody is beautiful, no matter who you are. I mean, and you know, that's being honest. You have to love yourself before you can expect someone else to. So, you know, if we have a conversation and you're constantly saying, well, I don't like this about me, I'm going to question, like, okay, are you going to believe me when I say it? Like, if I tell you you're beautiful, are you going to be like, nah, you don't mean it? You know what I mean? So I want you to know that if I say something to you, it's genuine and it's from the heart, and you have to be willing to accept that. Because I'm very honest. You know, if I feel like you're beautiful, I'll tell you. If I feel like, well, I probably won't say nothing negative, but I'm very honest and upfront, and you have to be willing to accept that. Like, don't expect to open the door for yourself anymore. Don't expect to pump your own gas. These are things that I do. So, you know, you have to be willing to accept that treatment. That's just me.
Jason, what about you?
I don't know. This is a hard one. I have my own little rhythm of little sayings and stuff. So my number one saying that I usually when I'm talking to someone I'm in a relationship with or someone I'm talking to, I always tell her bust it open for a real nigga. It's just something I always say all the time, is because I want her to know that I find her attractive. I want her. I like her body. I'm always gonna smack you on your ass when you walk past me. I'm a different kind of guy. I'm gonna do all the gentleman stuff too, but I'm also gonna show you know that I find you attractive and you're my woman.
Gerard, what about you?
What's the question?
If there's one thing that you could say to a BBW that you're dating or interested in, what would it be? One thing that you could tell them.
I'm gonna tell her this. Check out this book. It's called The 5 Love Languages. Read it together. Let's read it together and find out what our love languages are. And it would take a lot of time it will knock a lot of time to find out what our likes and dislikes are with each other. And it will be fun too. That was one thing. That's one thing I would say, amongst the other stuff, but check out that book.
Ray, what about you?
I would have to agree with Emmanuel. You would just have to love yourself, honestly, because the truth is that no matter if you don't love yourself, no matter what I tell you, no matter what the world tells you, no matter anything, you're never going to get it through your head, and it's never going to be something that you're at peace with. So loving yourself for sure has got to be the most important thing. And if you don't love yourself, then allow me to help you, to show you ways to love yourself. Allow me to open different avenues and show you different directions of which you can do things, and just be receptive and open to that.
Daryl?
What I would like to say is
one thing.
I got you, and you are safe with me.
I like it. And Darren.
You heard? I like that one. I like that.
Call out the red flags. If you see it, say something about it. Speak up about it, because you can save yourself a lot of time and heartache. And like I said earlier, if you're really feeling somebody, red flags will feel like Six Flags. Men and women. Like, I don't like when, this happened. Let's explore this. Let's talk about this. To have a conversation about it. And if he or she is really genuine, then they'll have a conversation about it.
Okay. The next question here says, do you believe that sexting with anyone other than your significant other is simply flirting, or is it cheating? Ray.
People are still sexting?
Apparently so.
Okay.
Okay. Does any of my panel of men have a comment for this?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's cheating. That's cheating. No, you putting that out there in the atmosphere. No, that's not cool at all. No, you shouldn't. Anything you can't do in front of your man, you shouldn't be doing. Like, if I can't sit here and have a conversation with a woman that I know you wouldn't approve of, I wouldn't do it. No.
And also, don't let no man tell you that he was bored and you're not giving him enough attention because he's doing that stuff. That's saying that stuff is wrong.
Can I say something real quick? I know I'm late, but can I piggyback on the last question real quick? I would like to hear from a woman's perspective. What would she say to a man? Like, Maria, the same question you gave us. Can you answer that question?
In 2 weeks, I can.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that. I knew it. We'll make us wait.
And the last question, same thing, like I was going to say was, let me show you, you're the only woman in the world.
Aww, and you do that every day.
Yeah, when you walk in the room with your woman, make sure she's the only one that's in there. Everyone else is eliminated. Make sure she shines. Make sure she shines the up. My boy Daryl.
I'm writing this down, brother. I'm writing this down.
Yeah.
Okay. So when it comes to social media, should you let it be known that you're in a relationship? And if you hide it, what is the reasoning? Ray.
Social media is like a horrible monster. So there's no reason to hide it, really. I mean, unless you're using it for some ulterior motive at this point. Like, there's no reason for anyone to know that you're seeing someone just based, I don't know. I just feel like it's a setup. Like, of course, like, you have to put it on social media. Like, that's like the world's biggest fucking stage. You know what I mean? Like, of course you got to put it there. And if you don't, that's a fucking statement. So yes, it needs to go there, because if not, like, everything you do will be in question the entire relationship until that one thing happens, because that's how much power social media holds, especially in relationships.
Okay, Jason, what about you?
I think that it's two folds. I think that I've been in situations when you make it present and you let the world know that you're with this person, but it also causes drama too, because there's ladies in the community where if they know you're in a relationship, they'll still hit you up. And then also there's guys that hit her up. You gotta be secure in yourself to understand that social media has its pluses and its minuses. And being on social media, well, you can't gauge your relationship off social media. So, but I'll also learn I need to slow my posts down. I can't post as much as I used to, because posting attracts attention. And attracting attention means sometimes you get girls in your DM. So it's much easier. Just do what you do in private. As long as she knows she's the most important thing in the world to you, that's all that matters.
Daryl?
See, this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about before. That all that other baby stuff and you're so beautiful. It has to stop, especially on social media. So I agree with you, Jace. I agree with you, man.
I don't know on that one, because honestly, you putting a relationship tag on your Facebook is like putting a wedding band on your finger and you walking in public. Women, single women, married women, whatever the case may be, they are attracted to a married man, a man in a relationship. So they know that at the end of the day...
You mean shitty women, right? You don't mean like good normal women, because
we talking about women in general, right? We talking about the good ones. If we're talking about curvy ventures women, we're going to talk.
Yeah, but if you were to flip that scenario and say, what if it was a dude that knew the chick was married and you still gonna get at it? That makes you a shitty motherfucker. So like, if it was the other way around, that's a shitty fucking female for even trying to get at a dude she knows off the market. Just
no, but that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, like, it's not going to stop. No matter if you have a wedding ring or you put it on Facebook, it's not going to stop the individuals from still contacting.
Yes, sir.
So you're still going to be asked out. You can be an honest man and be on some, I'm all about my girl, my woman, my lady. But at the end of the day, you still have the vultures going to come in and be like, hey, daddy, how are you? And all of that shit. So,
I hate when
the thing about vultures is they can't feed until something's there.
But I think what happens is...
You're not going to stop it. No matter how much you try, unless you stay in the house and don't do nothing, you're not going to stop it, period. So, the only thing you really can do is do what you're supposed to, but at the end of the day, you're not going to stop anybody from coming into your DMs or whatever the case may be, no matter if you have it single or relationship or complicated, you got a wedding band on, it's not going to stop whatever's coming from you.
Okay, Daryl.
Me?
Yes.
Finally. Well, I grew up in a time when there wasn't no social media. So how people found out you was in a relationship, they saw you with the person that you was with. So, that's how I am today. If I got a woman, I'm going to be with her and you're going to know. So I don't need social media. I don't need social media to validate my relationship. So,
what if she wanted you to put it on there? Would you put it on there for her?
That's a conversation that we could have. But like I said, for me, like I said, I'm not hiding anything. Like I said, everybody's going to know because they're going to see us together. So, right. It's not going to be an issue otherwise. So for me...
Some people think it's official once it's on Facebook. It's official.
Yeah, well, I'm not one of them. So,
I would jump on what Dad was saying. What Dad was saying, people get too absorbed with this social media. This is not the world. The world is out there. This is like more of an outlet, and everybody want to get labeled on social media.
Right.
People know who you were, who not. I come from an era, which I still am. If I'm walking down the street, me and Maria's walking down the street. Now, I know Daryl for years. For years. I go, Daryl, what's up? This is my woman, Maria. Remember Maria? Daryl. Now, if somebody that I don't know like that, I'm not going to be like, I'm going to say, what's up, and keep it moving. Everybody thinks you have to put a label on something. People knows who you love at the same time, accordingly. That's your woman, that's your woman.
Okay. Emmanuel?
Social media, I mean, it doesn't make or break a relationship. And like, I think it was Jacques said, whatever's going to happen is going to happen. If my woman asks me to put it out there, yeah, I'll do it. I mean, to me, it's no big deal to me. But if she says, I really want you to share this, yeah, I'll do it. I don't care. But again, you have to have that trust. Like, trust is the bottom line. No matter what somebody posts, put, or whatever, if there's no trust there, then you shouldn't be doing, you shouldn't even be together. If something on social media makes you question your relationship, then you shouldn't even be in their relationship. But yeah, if my woman say, hey, can you post us? Okay.
And Derek?
I'm with the majority of the group. Social media doesn't make it official, or it shouldn't make it official. People use social media for different things. But if you got something to hide, or you're not really feeling that person, it's a conversation that should be had, as Emmanuel said. Me personally, I use my social media for promoting my travel. So anything you see on my timeline, scrolling or whatever, it's about travel. That's what I use it for. So my grandma, my posts. If we're not there yet, I'm not going to have a picture of me and you booed up and grandma's asking, who the hell is this girl? So again, it's a conversation that needs to be had.
Okay. So let's talk about bro code for a minute here. No. I know that there's some sort of bro code. I don't know specifically what bro code is.
And you never will.
No.
I mean, can anybody touch the subject of bro code at all for us?
I can set it off.
Don't do
Okay, set it off for us.
All right, set it off. Bro code is different things. And I think me and Jason, I feel I'm vibing with Jason a little more on this aspect. Bro code could bring, it's a different aspect. Some people don't follow the bro code. Even bro codes may follow the bro codes half the time.
Even bros don't follow bro code, you said?
At times, because my bro code is this. That's how I feel. Some people don't feel this way. If Jason has his girl, he breaks up, she's off limits to me.
Because you guys are friends.
That's my brother right there.
Okay.
I'm not even looking that way. For me, this word is too big for me to triple with one woman, which is his girl. Other men feel like, oh, he not together with him. Let me jump in there. You get what I'm saying? So
but how close of a friendship do guys need to have?
It's automatically broken. This is the bro code. My thing is this: if my man is talking to that girl, I'm not touching that at all.
Yeah, it's the relationship you got with the individual. It's the relationship.
Some other guys like, well, they're not talking no more. I can holler at him. I think he's a creep for doing that. So that's what I'm saying. That's one bro code. So
can anyone else add to that bro code at all?
That was perfect. That was perfect right there.
That was it.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, there's no written set of rules, but I think, and again, I don't want to offend anybody, but I think some women think that this bro code is this, these sneaky tactics that we do to trick women and undermine women, and it's not. The bro code, honestly, is more about how we respect each other. It really has nothing to do with, how we deal with women. It's more about, okay, as my brother, this is what I'm gonna do for you. Like if, for instance, if one of these gentlemen come to me and say, hey man, I'm short on my rent, can you spot me? Bam, bro code it is, I'm not gonna go and tell his wife. I'm gonna give it to him, and she gonna think he got it on his own. That's bro code. It's how we deal with each other. It's not so much how we treat women or how we deal with women. Like, we will tell ourselves if we do something wrong, and like if I say something to my girl in front of my brother, he gonna pull me aside and tell me. He not gonna check me in front of my girl. That's bro code. Bro code is how we conduct ourselves.
No,
it's not nothing about, so it's not about, cheating women, lying and deceiving women. It's more of keeping ourselves in check.
Okay, so have you ever called out another man who that's in a committed relationship and you see them hooking up with another woman? Can any of my panel answer that?
One of the bro code rules is I should never down another man for my own gain. So if I see a lady that I like, I'm not gonna go talk to her and talk bad about some other guy. I shouldn't have to do that. I should get her on my own game. Now, I'm not gonna do that. If I see a guy that I know is in a relationship and he's trying to talk to somebody else, it's none of my business. At the end of the day, she's gonna find out because the red flags have been there. He's been doing stuff that's, not accurate. His behavior has changed. She'll find out on her own. If he's being really sloppy, doing it in front of everybody else in the first place, he's gonna get caught.
I could tell if, let's say my man Dave right here, he tells me, I see him slipping, I'm gonna let him know, listen, bro, don't fuck up something good you have for just a moment. Now, if you go for that moment and fuck up, that's on you. I'm not gonna run to his girl and be like, yo, he's doing X, Y, and Z. Because I'm holding him down. That's the bro code. But I would tell him, bro, don't fuck her enough for a moment. She's a woman. Hold it down. It's just a moment you're having. Because after that moment, there's a world of shit gonna open up. Now, if you go for that moment, that's on you, brother.
Yeah, that's smart right there. Like, it's more so you can learn a lesson in two ways. Either you watch somebody else go through it or you go through it yourself. Depending on the lesson you want to learn, I'd rather learn something from somebody else. So if Juan is like, yo, you got to stop playing. Do what you got to do and man up. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Versus me having to go through it. I lose my house. I lose my kids. I do all of this. And then, that's a hard lesson that you got to learn. That's a long lesson that you don't want to learn. So, if I was to be caught out there and somebody pulled me to the side and be like, yo, handle your BI, I'd be like, all right, you're right. And whatever consequences that I go through at that point is on me if I keep on going, down that road.
Do any of the other gentlemen have something to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's also us, older guys within this community. I take up all these young guys up under my wing, and talk to them and everything, because it's my responsibility for me to give back for everything that this community has given me. So that's bro code too.
So you're saying you're kind of mentor some of the other guys?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And there's also the company you keep.
Exactly.
The company you keep, man. That's what it is. You got grown men and some people out there, they snakes, they do what they do, but it's the company you keep. Guilty by association, get hit hard with that.
Do you guys think that sex gives meaning to a relationship, or does a relationship give meaning to sex? Who wants to go first? Daryl, go ahead.
Well, to me, there's a difference between sex and making love. So,
go ahead, Barry. When you hear Barry, talk to me.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Does anyone else want to comment on that question? How about you, Ray?
I'm sorry. What's the question, Maria? I'm sorry.
Where did we go? Do you think that sex determines a relationship, or does a relationship determine sex?
A relationship determines sex, for sure. Because just because you fuck somebody doesn't mean you're in a relationship with them. I mean, and that's kind of delusional to think that at this point, especially like nowadays. So, yeah, like, honestly.
Okay, so a relationship gives meaning to sex, correct?
For sure, yeah.
Okay, I think all the guys are in agreement here with that. I see everyone nodding. Okay, next question here.
Bring a juicy question. Come on, give a good one out there, man.
She's trying to get rid of all the snarky ones. Because I'm sure there's a lot.
At least the questions have gotten better than when they were when we first started, because I was questionable.
Yeah.
That was the setup. I was like, to set us up and bring us in. That was the hook, line, and sinker.
So I don't know if everybody can speak on this one. Maybe they can, but how can you tell the difference of someone that is poly versus using poly to their advantage and are just cheating?
That's relationship specific. That has to be introduced into your relationship. We can't, like, if no one is, if you're not poly, I mean, you really can't answer that. And if you are, that's a conversation to have with you and your partner. And you have to, I guess you have to be open and honest and agree on what you both consider as a part of the lifestyle and what you consider as stepping outside of the relationship.
My girlfriend can have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. You see what I'm saying? So that's poly. It's a relationship.
That sounds like a whole other. That sounds like a whole other show.
Yeah, that's a whole other show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Because swingers, you go do a thing. Poly's more of a relationship bond with couples together.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah. Where swinging is just
going out having a good time, and then poly means you have more of a committed relationship with someone else.
Exactly.
I think we need to have a show on that whole topic. So is there a way to tell the difference, Daryl?
Tell the difference in what?
If someone's just using poly as an excuse, or if they really are poly?
Well, I mean, if that person is truly poly, then you could go and talk to their, significant other to verify that if that's, if that is your issue. I mean, that's the whole purpose of it, is to be open with things. So if that's the thing, if I'm married and I have a girlfriend, or I'm trying to have somebody be my girlfriend, she should be able to go to my wife or girlfriend and say, hey, is this cool?
Okay, so basically, so it would be okay for that person to talk to your significant other. If they don't let you, then there's a red flag.
I think this way Emmanuel said, that's how y'all talk up front of relationship. You should know that off of Jump Street.
So what are some determining factors in choosing to casually date a woman versus seriously and exclusively dating her? Derek.
Say it one more time.
What are some determining factors in choosing to casually date a woman versus exclusively dating her?
Casually, again, you're just vibing, you're having a good time, you're in the moment. Exclusivity, for me, is having that conversation. Just again, with everything, just being honest. I've been talking to this person, I've been talking to that person, but I'm really feeling you. I want to pursue you. So I'm going to have a conversation with these other people, let them know that I've met someone and you are the only person I want to pursue.
Sorry, go ahead.
And you would hope that she would do the same if that's what you both want.
Okay. Ray, what are some determining factors in choosing to casually date versus exclusively dating a woman?
It would just be the mutual investment that is pretty much being shown between both parties would determine that for me. Because I'll be honest, like when I'm casually dating someone, like both of us know we're casually dating, and when I'm seriously pursuing someone, she already knows that. Like there's no confusion between those two things. Like we just need to be able to have conversations like that. But that's the difference for me.
Jason?
I think at my age, I don't casually date anymore. I date with a purpose. So if I'm spending time with you or I'm trying to get to know you, I'm thinking long term. If it's not long term, it would just be a sex thing. It wouldn't be anything more than that.
Emmanuel.
I think once you get to that point where the connection is there, you've discussed things like, type of relationship you have with your family, if you have kids, what are your goals, what you're looking for in the future. Like once you get to that point and that one who you connect, once you figure all those things out, that's when you decide, you know what, I'm really looking to develop a future with you. And it's very important to communicate that to that person, make sure that they understand and they're on the same page. And if you are dealing with other people, then I think somebody already said this, communicate that to them as well. Myself, I'm to the age where I'm looking for, marriage, all that stuff. And I'm not casually dating, anymore. If I meet somebody and we're talking, then that's the one person I'm going to focus on. So, to be honest, I'm not like some of us aren't even really out there looking. It just happens. So I mean, you know when you know. Once you have, again, communication and honesty is very important to get to that point where you decide that you want to be with that person.
So my inbox is blowing up. They want the panelists to let everybody know if you're single or available or taken. I'm sorry. So Derek, are you single or are you taken? You're looking, not looking?
I'm single. I'm not looking. I'm entertaining someone right now.
Okay.
I love the entertaining part. I hear that shit.
He's entertaining someone. Is that what you said?
It's beautiful.
Okay. Darkese?
I'm taking.
Okay. Gerard?
I'm single.
Daryl?
Entanglement.
Entanglement.
I love it. Entanglement. We're on it. Entanglement. We're on.
Jason?
I'm taking.
Emmanuel?
I am single. And if I didn't say my age, I apologize. I'm 43.
Okay. And Ray?
I am not looking.
Okay. Do I need to ask you, Mr. Curvy?
Let me know.
What'd you say?
Hey, let me know. Of course I'm taking.
So it looks like we have Gerard and Emmanuel up for grabs, ladies. You can hit them up in their inbox. They are single and looking.
It seems like a dollar bill. They're ready to mingle.
Daryl, I'm not sure what he is. He's in an entanglement, so you can hit him up and find out for yourself.
He's like a Christmas tree up. You take the wires down. You take them all over the place.
So guys, let me ask you. You're in a relationship with a woman. You guys are about to get intimate with each other, okay? But you can see that she's feeling a little insecure about herself and not comfortable yet in the moment. What do you guys do to help, make her feel comfortable?
Make her laugh.
Make her laugh.
Make her laugh.
Okay.
Well, just take your Johnson and put it on the table.
That works too.
Just do like this with it.
I'm just joking.
Awkward situation. Just bring in humor. Like, pull on the shirt and I knew you was fat when you showed up. Take that damn shirt off, girl.
Okay, so yeah, I can appreciate that. Daryl?
Give her a strip tease.
You're gonna strip tease to make her feel comfortable? Okay.
Absolutely.
What's the question again? I'm sorry.
You're about to be intimate with a woman that you're dating for the first time. You see that she's a little, uncomfortable, just maybe not as confident as she'd like to be. She's a little uneasy. How do you make her feel comfortable in that moment?
It's all about setting the mood, making her feel comfortable. I mean, as far as touch, what do you like? It's communication. You're communicating with each other.
Okay.
Because I'm already physically, attracted to you. So communicate with her. That's all. Communicate.
Keith, how do you make her feel comfortable in the moment?
You don't. I mean, at the end of the day, if we here, stop making me laugh. See, you laugh.
Put some music on.
You laugh, yo, listen, you know what we here for. You came through. I know what you look like with clothes on. You don't look that different without clothes on. At the end of the day, if you shy about it, I'll be like, listen, baby, stop playing. Come on, if you're not with it, all right, well, your Uber's outside. I'll holler at you later, and I'm out. Because
as honest, I feel you.
I mean, at the end of the day, listen, I'll look at you and say, listen, there's nothing wrong with you. It's fine. But then you over here playing this, oh, babe, well, I'm still shy. I don't like my body. I'll tell you, I'll give you 2 times. Baby, stop playing. Come on. Number 1. Number 2,
right?
Listen, baby, it's fine. It's not nothing that I've never saw before, baby. Once you say, but babe, nope, Uber? Yes. Can it come 1375 Maiden Lane? Thank you. And
after 2 times of trying to make her, you're gonna call Uber for her?
Listen, like, we all know what we here for. You came, we went out on a date, we did everything we were supposed to do. Now we back here, and you looking at each other's eyes, and we about to get into it. We doing the touching, and all of a sudden,
put the music on, Jay. Turn off the lights. Light it.
Nah, I listen to 2 Chainz. We listening to 2 Chainz. That's it. Nah, but all I want for my birthday is a nah. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'll do what I can, but I mean, you know, it's totally up to the individual. I guess.
Communication is key, bro. Communication is key.
If all else fails, get in trouble areas.
I get what Jay's saying. It get frustrating also for men, but
yo, can I be on? Okay, this is just me. All right. If I knew a woman was self-conscious or was just a little apprehensive or whatever, I would find out what those trouble areas that she has that she's not comfortable with, and I would focus on the motherfuckers. Like, if she don't like her thighs, I'm all up in the motherfucker. If you don't like her side boob, I'm all up on that shit. Like, so just I don't know.
Pay more attention to her insecure
by fire. Like, ooh, I guess he liked this shit, and eventually.
So Ray, so you troubleshooting?
I'm all up in it. I'm an IT dude. Yes, I'm troubleshooting.
There you go.
Oh, this is your problem area? Well, let me get in there and fix that for you really quick
then. I like it. Okay. Jason, what about you?
I think that in these situations, you got to like just stop and talk. Obviously, if she's not comfortable, there's a disconnect somewhere. So you got to go to the point where she's able to communicate with you.
Yes.
Tell you what the problem is so y'all can work through it.
Emmanuel, how about you?
I mean, I definitely agree with Jason. You know, you have to do that communication. But, you know, myself, if we discuss it and we're about to get into it and she says, no, I really don't feel comfortable, I'm like, oh, hands off. All right, I'm going to listen to what you say, and then we're going to go from there. If it don't happen that night, it don't happen.
So what's the best way a woman has approached you? Gerard, the best way that a woman has approached you before?
It's been so many ways, been so many different ways.
What's the one best way?
This question is kind of, okay, the one best way.
Judge Keys, while he's thinking, do you have an answer for me? What's the one best way a woman has approached you before that you were like, damn?
Some lady, I'm walking down the street and I had on my hat. It says, what that mouth do? And, you know, some lady, I'm on a train. And some lady looks at me like really weird. Now, obviously my hat says what that mouth do. So she's looking at me. I'm looking at her. I'm looking down, looking at her. She's looking at me. She was like, what does that mouth do? We exchange numbers just like that.
Okay. All right. Ray, what about you?
Like the best way a woman has ever come on to me, I'd say I have a bunch of nerdy tattoos, and like women that come on to me and like identify what they are. Like, oh, I watched Dragon Ball Z. Oh, that shit is cute to me. Like,
okay.
Are you gonna ask me?
What'd you say?
I will get to you. Derek, what about you?
I guess the only feature I got going for me, my dimples. I had somebody who's like, oh, you got nice dimples and blah, 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 blah. Just went from there.
Okay. Mr. Curvy Ventures?
Yeah, let me go to my little story mode. I'm in my house, my own goddamn business, Some chick hits me up. I'm like, who's this chick hit me up, right? I'm reading. Oh, you cute, whatever. Okay, no problem. You check her profile. You know, we go, guys. We're going to take the profile first, see what's going on. Take the profile, says Florida. I'm like, Florida? I ain't going to Florida. Fuck, I ain't going to Florida. I said to myself. Now, I try to put the conversation short. I'm like, listen here, man. Florida, I'm in New York. It's not going to happen. Somebody tell me, I'm just a plain ride away. What? Not a problem. He's spoken to the right one. That's it. It was history from there.
5 years later.
Maria turning on red. Look at her turning red.
Yeah. She's told me I'm just a plane ride away. I'm like, okay. So
Jason, what about you, Jason?
She posted a picture of her Christmas tree, and I kind of like, like the picture or whatever. And then I tried to hit her up in her DM, and she was, but she just kept calling me a damn friend. over and over and over and over and over, like, friend this, friend that, friend this, friend that. And it just kept me, like, intrigued, like, I gotta know more. Like, she used to curve me to the left every day with this friend shit. And I was so mad at her about it, but I was so intrigued that I kept calling her every day, kept texting her, kept messaging her. Shit, almost a year later, we're still together.
Aww. Emmanuel, the best way a woman has approached you before?
All right. I'm about to age myself now. So I was at a phone booth and I was looking at my page. I was dialing a number and this girl calls and she says,
Clark Kent.
Super Negro. So she pulls up and she says, who you paged? And I said, I don't know. Somebody paged me. She said it was me. I was paging you to tell you to meet me here.
Oh, okay.
He put the page
I would have ran the fuck away.
That's like a 1978 super.
Go ahead with that. Go ahead with that.
You gotta put the music on.
Go ahead, Jive Turkey. Go ahead.
Oh my God. Daryl, do you have any good ways a woman's approached you before?
Usually some flirty, playful banter. That's been the best.
Okay. So this went on way longer than we anticipated. Thank you guys so much. We had tons of questions. I still couldn't even get to all of them, but it's been 2 hours and I appreciate the guys giving us 2 hours of their time tonight. All of the people who joined in to watch. Again, if you tuned in later, we're doing this again in 2 weeks. I will need about 6 women to volunteer to be on the panel. If you're interested, inbox me. Fellas, you can inbox me questions that you want me to ask. Actually, I'm sorry, Mr. Curvy Ventures will be the moderator for that one. He's going to ask you questions. But you can inbox me and I will put all the questions together.
Oh, I got some questions.
I'm sure you guys do, but let's save them for the 2-week panel. I just wanted to also just do a little quick announcement since you guys are here. Curvy Ventures Summer Fort Lauderdale Bash tickets go on sale again January 1st. We only have 100 tickets left. We've already sold 200. We only have 28 rooms left at the host hotel, and then we will start booking the overflow hotel. So if you're interested in a Summer Bash ticket, set your calendars for January 1st, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. They will be going on sale, first come, first serve. And again, I just want to thank you guys. So fellas, I just want to go through each of you real quick. Is there any final words you want to say to the ladies out there? Derek, I'm going to start with you.
Again, be confident, be yourself. He will tell you everything you want to know in the first 5 minutes if you listen.
Jackie?
The people that got snow outside, get you a big boy.
Okay. Gerard?
Curvy Ventures women, I mean, very down to earth and fun. So, I mean, just be yourselves. Keep doing what you're doing. And we love you. We love you. Us men, we love you. And I'm just surprised. A lot of these Florida guys down there, man, I'm surprised you're not jumping on them because there's some very beautiful women in this group. Juan and Marie.
Sure they all thank you.
Yeah, awesome. So
yeah, they slipping, brother. They slipping, right?
That's why we're looking for those out-of-state dudes. That's why we're just applying right away. So
I enjoyed myself. Ladies, be yourselves, be open, be honest, take a chance. You can't win from the sidelines. I know you're scared to take to get hurt, but without no risk, there's no rewards. As far as everybody, I love you guys. Everybody have a safe holiday season, and see you on the other side of 2021.
Jason, final words?
Thank you for having me tonight. I really appreciate it. It was really fun. Had a good time. I think the ladies should always be honest with themselves, communicate what your expectations are, and choose the man who makes you feel the most comfortable who you are as a person.
I like that. Emmanuel?
Don't ignore the red flags. And don't think you're going to change. You can't change anybody. I mean, you can to a certain extent, but if it's a red flag that you can't deal with, do not ignore it.
And Ray?
No, just my perception. The bar is set extremely low for men right now, women. And to be honest, you need to be able to have realistic conversations with people and try to remove some emotion from situations and just be able to just have real conversations and talk to people, because we have so much expectation about things and we don't even think things through, and we make mistakes and no one wants to be held accountable, and everybody's afraid of rejection, and so much can be saved by just talking. So if you can just make that happen and just be honest with yourself, and don't, again, like Emmanuel said, don't ignore red flags.
Okay. And Mr. Curvy Ventures, do you have any final words for this evening?
My final words. Women and men, make sure these women feel secure and confidence in you. You have to build them up also. Men and women have insecurities. You have insecurity also. Our job is to make sure that she is secure with us. That's the main point. And women, if you got red flags, please go with your gut. That's pretty much it. But make sure you feel secure. That's it.
Okay. So again, thank you guys all so much.